Chall, how do you start to sum that one up?
I suppose you start by apologising to the people that came to watch us today, because like I say, I'll take responsibility for it, but we were woeful today. We were awful, and I suppose how we've been all season has given us, I suppose the only consolation is that how we've been all season has given us an opportunity to do that, and it gives us another chance, if you like, another life. But just got to get it out of the system as quickly as possible. That'll start tomorrow.
It was quite similar with regards to the Salford game in terms of long throw-ins. And why do you think it was difficult to deal with them today?
Because they don't want to head the ball, plain and simple. I'm not like, listen, I could similar to Saul, I could hide behind the fact we had to make changes defensively, and what we've got across the back four is, again, it's not a back four, but that doesn't hide away from the fact you just go in there and do jobs. You just go in there and like I say, and compete, and ultimately there's one ball. Through a lack of a desire to want to head it, we've ended up costing ourselves through horrific goals again. I'm sick of saying it. It's not like teams are teams are doing anything fantastic to sort of beat us. The simple goals, and try the penny won't drop with experienced players out there, but no one took any responsibility whatsoever, and again ultimately it falls on me to do it.
You've got experienced centre backs still to come back. When can Willow and Collins and Langley, when can we expect to see them back?
You're asking me a question that again, hopefully Josh will be back next weekend. He'll hopefully train this week and we'll see how he is. Dom, again, who knows, and Willow similarly. You just want people. Listen, you need everyone fit at this time of year. This is in a situation where he's at top of the league. Everyone should be absolutely chomping at the bit to get in the team and be doing everything they can. And again, you just got to ask questions. We spoke to people about it a lot. In fairness, is everybody doing everything they can? Ultimately, that'll be the test, and that'll be the sort of making of us. Like I say, you look for a positive reaction. They'll take the plaudits when they've done well, and like I say, in the second half against Kidderminster and against Stockport on Tuesday night, we were very good. We were awful today, and that's just down to, like I say, down to basics. You can't come to somewhere where pitch is, listen, it's very, very similar to Gainsborough. Pitch is terrible. It was never going to be conducive to playing football, and you've got to be able to drop any misconceptions. You might have to think that, oh yeah, we're great, that we can play on that. You have to be efficient, and efficient means doing the basics well, and that game needs to be, if you're gonna win it, it's going to be a scrappy one. It was never going to be a sort of vintage performance. Could you play? Yeah, of course you could play, but you need to make good decisions and play in the right areas, and we're too stubborn, too much. Again, we have a confidence, but you've got to drop that. You've just got to, like I say, you've got to play. You've got to ultimately put the ball in good areas, and goals inevitably will come from mistakes. We made mistakes. We didn't put the ball enough in areas enough to make them make enough mistakes.
And Kidderminster also grabbed a late win today. 6 games to go for your side now. How important is it to bounce back against Arlington this week?
Again, what other people do is by the by. It's irrelevant. We know where we're at. Again, other results makes no difference to us. We can't affect that. We can only affect us, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about. Is, like I say, is what we do. Different game next week again against a team who are up near the top, who are again on a decent ride. I've not seen any results. Like I say, I don't really look. I'll look when I get home tonight. But we're back at home, and we've got to, like I say, we've got to put in a performance, and hopefully have, like I say, have more and more bodies back, and got to get that out of the system as quickly as possible. Like I say, that'll start now.
And just finally, James Hardy got more minutes under his belt today. Bowen Dixon scored a good goal off the bench. Are those two pushing to perhaps start against Arlington?
Can he play centre half? No, listen, we have lots of options up the top end of the pitch. That's not my concern, to be honest, and hasn't been my concern all the way through. We've scored 95 95 goals this year. So it's quite evident where our problem lies, and that's still down to forward players coming back, because again you give people jobs to do and people decide that they may be better used somewhere else, which is nowhere near where I've told them to go. And no surprise, the second goal comes from that. So people need to do what they're told. I've said many times before, there's certain things within a game that you get freedom to do, but ultimately if people are doing what we're asking them to do and it's wrong, then I'm responsible, and I'll accept that, and I'm like saying big enough and ugly enough to come out and say that. If people aren't doing what we're asking them to do, and things go wrong, then there's a problem, and they've got to just trust what we're saying. Like I say, we're experienced. We're not doing things or saying things as a whim and for the goodness of our health. We're trying to help us. We're trying to make us as good as we can be, and ultimately get us to win football matches. When people move away from that, sometimes you'll get away with it. The majority of times you won't. And again, there's more examples of that today.
Cheers.